61-55, 13 seconds to go. A three-pointer, drained it by Inbody. Inbody nails the three. The ball is loose. And a three-pointer put up by Troy Glock at the buzzer to tie the game at 61-all. Do you believe it? He tossed up that three-pointer inside the Nebraska map out in the floor. This game is tied and is going to overtime on the three-pointer by Glock. Holy moly! Hang on.
The rest of the Wahoo roster. These boys have played very, very hard all year long and stayed undefeated, and regardless of what happens in this game, it's been a fantastic year. Give you some of the backups as they're being introduced on the floor right now. Ryan Eady, a 5'10 sophomore. Bernie Inbody, who's made quite a reputation for himself, I would say, down here at the state meet. He's 5'9 and a sophomore. Troy Johnston, 5'11 junior. Scott Latham, 6 foot 6 inches tall. He's had average 2.5 points, so he'll get in there and get some points for you. Mike Dvorak, 6'3 junior. Ron Stopa, 6'3 senior. And Steve Voline, a 6'3 sophomore. Those are the players under Coach Mick Anderson. And assistant coaches for the Wahoo Warriors, Mark Watton and Harry Kashiski. And the Warriors have been introduced now on the floor. Next up, you'll hear the introduction of the Lincoln Pius 10 Thunderbolts. They're going to get quite a fan following here, Brian, right in Lincoln.
Well, they're right in Lincoln, but Ted, I don't know if they're outnumbered. We're sitting right in the middle of the Wahoo fan section, and there's probably about as many as there is from Lincoln Pius.
And Coach Danny Need just walked in, walking by us. I wonder if he's keeping his eyes on Jason Glock.
Well, I'm sure he's keeping an eye on him, but he knows in the back of his mind he's 2 years down the way.
Jason Glock for the sophomore for the Wahoo Warriors. Again, the introductions for Lincoln Pius coming out now. Brian, you mentioned, and I guess though having watched Lincoln Pius for the last couple of games, I was not aware of something you just got done doing for Pius, and that you gave the sizes. I did not know that they were as tall as you just gave, 6'6", 6'3". They don't appear that way. Very deceptive height.
Well, they do have a lot of height, just noticing the program, but their rebounding is pretty balanced. Tom Beasley, Burt, and Hendricks will average about 6 rebounds a game. That might be a disadvantage to the Warriors, but I don't know about that. Jason Glock and Randy Hoffman will take up some space in there, and they averaging. Jason's averaging 9 boards a game, and Randy Hoffman's averaging 8 boards. So they hit the board strong just as well.
It is going to be a little bit more difficult for Coach Anderson's squad to get the basketball inside offensively, though. I don't believe there's any question about that tonight. They've had their way the last 2 games.
Well, last night in the game, Randy Hoffman was their inside game, but they didn't miss a beat. We're scoring from the outside when Jason Glock did have to sit down.
Okay, we've got the teams back at their benches now, their respective benches, and they're getting a couple of instructions. Last-minute discussion with coaches. Coach Tom Side for Lincoln Pius. He's assisted by Ray Faricki and Russ Ewing. Brian, Russ Ewing was Chris Wall's roommate in college at Wayne. Chris wanted me to point that out. Say hello to Russ for him, and we'll do that. Well, teams are on the court right now, and enough for the generalities.
Well, I tell you what, this is a game Pius has been waiting 365 days to play again, and Wahoo, ever since they've been raised number 2 all year, is looking forward to playing.
And I think probably the press has really set this thing up well, making Wahoo the backup. And there's the tip-off controlled by the Warriors. Troy Glock with the basketball. He'll drive down the left side out on the left wing. Now he moves things back out to the top of the circle. Pius Thunderbolts come in with a man-to-man defense to start this one off. Boudreau up front. He'll pick up Brigham, and here's a steal inside. Lob pass, and Easley comes down with it. Ed Easley for the Thunderbolts. We'll call them the Bolts. That's what they like to call themselves. Boudreau on the east end of the court now. Gives off inside to Hunsaker. Hunsaker underneath, back up to Easley. He's got the bucket. Pius takes the early lead. Easley's a left-hander, and I think Wahoo will remember that from last year. They've got to keep their eyes on his left side. Now out top of the key, we've got Troy Glock off to Kriesel. Back out to Brigham. Brigham will reset the offense. They look to get it inside now to Hoffman. Here's an outside shot by Troy Glock. Short. He was short last night on several shots. Rebound out to Boudreau. John Boudreau little guy, he'll be picked up by Glock, and that's a definite height mismatch in favor of Troy Glock. Lob pass out front, three-point try by Boudreau, up and out of there. Rebound inside, taken away though. That's Tom Burt, had the rebound, put back up and in by, we were shielded there, people walking in front of us. The bucket by Pius, but I was unable to see who it was.
It was Ed Easley for a second bucket.
Ed Easley has a couple of them. We're situated here on the south side. Randy Hoffman with a shot, and he's going to get it to fall. Hoffman makes it 4-2 now. Pius only up by a couple. Again, situated on the south side, about halfway up. Near steal in backcourt by Troy Glock. Boudreau takes it in left side. Shot is up and out of there by Tom Burt. Rebound down to Hendricks. Puts it back up and out. Rebound, this time pulled down by Hoffman. And Randy Hoffman had his work cut out for him there. He had to go up in between Burt and Hendricks. And that's a forest out there. Glock dribbles right-handed off to Brigham. Rob Brigham doesn't shoot much, Brian, but he runs the offense here for the Warriors. Down to Kriesel on the right. A couple of role players, we've talked about them. Here's Kriesel down the middle. Lays it up off there. No good. Down to Hendricks. Gives off to Boudreau in the backcourt. Again, very, very similar, these lineups, to what they were last year. Of course, Steve Carmer gone, Dan Bartek gone. Off inside. Here's a shot up by Easley again, and he's got another basket. Ed Easley with that little left-hander. Very proficient down underneath. 5 minutes, 33 seconds now left to go. First period. And the Warriors find themselves down by 4, so Pius has come to play. Brigham against Boudreau on the top. Flips off right side to Glock. Back out to Brigham. Cross to Kriesel. Cliff won't shoot from that far out. Here's Jason Glock touching the basketball for the first time now. Back across court to Troy Glock. Moves left side. Off to Kriesel. 5:07 now, lob pass inside. They get it into Hoffman. He'll go off the glass strong, and a foul call. Apparently, Ed Easley draws the foul. And that means that Ed's in the book not only for 3 baskets, but a foul as well. 6-4, Hoffman with an opportunity now to cut it to 1. You get the feeling, Brian, this is going to be everything that we expected it to be. I guess I just got done saying Wahoo by 10, but I think they've got too much in the long run. Throughout the course of the game, it's going to be a battle all the way. 6-5 now. Hoffman hits the free throw. Boudreau down in front of Glock. Glock trails him down the court. Lob pass out front to Hunsaker. Lee Hunsaker across the Burt, taken away. Nice tip by Kriesel, gives off to Glock. Kriesel with the quick hand. A point down for Wahoo right now. Glock at the free throw line, rotates it right side. Looks again to get it inside. Watch for Hoffman and Jason inside looking for the basketball. Kriesel out top, across to Troy. Right side, Jason Glock, turnaround, 7-footer. Hits the front of the rim, it's out of there. Hunsaker with the rebound.
Jason was a little short on that.
Here's Boudreau, and Troy Glock likes to play the defense from the backside. Slip in for the steal. Tom Burt with the basketball to Hunsaker. He'll drive it down the free throw line. Boudreau in the corner now, Hendricks. Here's Easley underneath. He's short on the shot. Rebound down to Glock. Jason. Hands off to Troy. They'll move it down slowly this time. Halfway point of the first quarter, 1-point game.
Both teams like to set up. They're not a fast-breaking team.
And in case we didn't mention it, in case you didn't know it, this is the Class B state championship. 2 years in a row, Wahoo and Pius in the finals. Glock down to Kriesel right side. One dribble, back out front to Glock. Brian, does it give Pius any advantage at all, knowing that Kriesel and Brigham just aren't going to shoot?
Yeah, it does, because noticing...
And here's a steal by, and a whistle and a foul. It's going to go against Brigham.
Well, I'm noticing, Ted, right now is that Pius is doing the exact same thing Syracuse did last night. They got 4 guys down low on Hoffman and Glock, and they're fronting them, and they're going behind. We're going to have a timeout, Ted.
We've got a timeout on the floor. 6-5, Pius with the lead. Back in a minute. Okay, 3 minutes, 34 seconds left in the first period. And we are going to be back to live action momentarily here. Brigham, Hoffman, Kriesel, Glock, and Glock for the Warriors. Hendricks, Boudreau, Hunsaker, Easley, and Tom Burt. So height-wise, a very, very good matchup. We'll get back to Brian Eaton talking about Brigham and Kriesel in just a moment. Right now, though, Pius has the basketball. Boudreau way out front. Again, from behind, Glock plays the defense. In the corner to Hendricks. Cross to Tom Burt. He's big, 6'6", right side. Goes up over Hoffman. Can't get the ball to fall. Brigham, a nice rebound. He'll take it down the right side. Again, Brian, talk about Brigham and Kriesel not being in the offense.
Well, they need to take a shot or two just to at least get him some respect and hopefully get the Pius defenders out from the middle. They're just sagging. At one time, there's 5 Pius defenders in the paint.
One other comment we'll make on that, again, Kriesel dribbles the ball out front off to Glock. Troy Glock, who's going to shoot from 3, has been having difficulty. Here's one in and out of there also. Rebound down to Boudreau. Troy hasn't had the outside shooting tournament that he would have liked to have had, and there really hasn't been any pressure on him to do it so far. This game, it looks like there may well be. 2:36 left. Here's Hunsaker passing up the shot. Out to Burt, back to Hunsaker. He'll take it in. Lob pass into Easley. The shot is up and in, but it won't count.
Foul's going to be on Brigham. That's going to be his second.
Rob Brigham with 2. We know that Bernie Inbody could come into the lineup for the Warriors, or Ryan Eady.
And it is going to be Bernie Inbody. We'll be checking in for Brigham.
Inbody off the bench quickly. And you know that Coach Anderson had confidence in Bernie Inbody because all throughout the tournament, Bernie stepped in the lineup, threw it up right away for that outside shot. Here's Boudreau off the front of the rim. Rebound to Jason Glock off to Inbody. And he will take over Brigham's post, bringing the basketball up. Troy Glock out front to Inbody. Pretty even matchup now on size between Inbody and Boudreau. Right side. Bernie flips off to Glock. Troy nearly loses it. Now he goes cross back court. They're going to call it an over and back.
I don't know about that, Ted.
Well, Brian, of course, you're concerned with the tip. The ball was tipped away, and it should have been a free ball allowed to go over the line. The official, Dick Morrissey from Omaha, saw it differently. He's umpiring, officiating the ball game, along with Marty Going. Here's Boudreau, takes it down the lane, puts it up easy. He did that like he's done it before, Brian. 7-8-5 now. Pius 10 by 3. 1:46 to go. Warriors a little slow. Here's Glock down the middle. Troy Glock whistling on a foul. Wahoo a little slow in getting going here in this ball game.
Trying to shake off the early jitters.
Though I have to tell you, defensively they've played well. It's on the offense that right now they've got to shake out the cobwebs a little bit.
Foul was on Kelly Hendricks, his second team foul of the half.
Both teams with a pair now of fouls. Lob pass out front to Kriesel. He'll move the ball right side to Troy Glock. Again, Hoffman being fronted by Tom Burt. Here's a shot up by Glock, no good. Out of their rebound down to Burt. Off to Boudreau. So again, ice cold shooting for the Warriors right now, but they've got a lot of game left to heat up. John Boudreau in the corner to Burt. Out front now Hunsaker. Free throw line, a travel call. A turnover back to the Warriors now.
Wahoo in the first quarter so far is 2 of 7 shooting, while Pius is 4 of 11.
But neither team is burning it up. Brand new nets put up after Fall City Sacred Heart chopped the last ones down. And those nets are still brand new, 8-5. Minute 15, clock continues to run down here in the first period. Jason Glock, free throw line. His first shot of the contest is up and out of there. Hoffman with the rebound. Back up and in, he's fouled. Randy Hoffman took it back up immediately on the missed shot by Jason Glock. And we know Jason can shoot from the outside, but it's always nice to know you have Hoffman underneath and looking for the miss.
Foul was on Kelly Hendricks, his second foul.
Kelly Hendricks, 2 quick fouls.
That would be big for Wahoo if the 6'6 sophomore would be sitting down a little bit this first half.
Right now, Brigham, the only ball player other than Hendricks with a couple of fouls. Hoffman, a chance to tie it. He gets it to roll. Took about 3 bounces off the backboard, was one of them. And now back into the ballgame, or into the ballgame for the first time, Jeff Nichols, a 5'10 senior. He'll replace Hendricks.
Right now, Randy Hoffman's got all 8 points for the Warriors.
It's going to be a smaller lineup, Brian, for Pius right now. 1:01. Now 60 seconds straight up. Hunsaker out to Boudreau. They just made a trade-off, 5'10 for 6'4. And in the right side now, or out front, this is Nichols. Gives inside to Easley. Easley will take it up off the glass. Very strong. And we've got a no basket they call. Wait a minute now.
Yeah.
Let's wait and see. Are they calling the basket off?
They're waving the basket off.
Apparently they're going to say that Cliff Kriesel fouled before Easley took off. And that'll just be the 3rd team foul. It'll give Pius the basketball under their own hoop. So a nice foul by Kriesel. He was able to get it done before Easley could get off the ground. Now steal on the inbound pass. Troy Glock takes it away easily. Looks lob pass up to Jason underneath the hoop. Here's his first basket. And a lead for the Wahoo Warriors. You hear the crowd go nuts. Directly in front of us. About 20,000 Wahoo people. That's funny because the sign didn't say 20,000 when we came through. But they're certainly loud enough right now. 10-8, they take the lead by a couple. Nice steal by Troy Glock. You have to credit him on that. Jason gets the easy basket. Troy a steal and an assist on the same series of plays. Easley out front. Pius now in. A little bit of concern. They've given up 5 straight points. Boudreaux, cross court to Nichols. Here's his first shot from 3 points. Oh, he finds the range. Nichols just threw that up. Now he makes a steal. A steal near the buzzer, but the buzzer goes off. We've got an 11-10 ball game. Pius by 1, back in 60 seconds. And we're back to start the second period of action. A very good first quarter. Started out a little bit slow, finishes up 11-10. Pius up by 1.
Pius will retain the ball in the alternate possession.
So nice performance by Jeff Nichols off the bench for Pius. He comes in for about 30 seconds. Has a steal and a 3-point shot. Nichols is off the bench, but he is a senior, so he's had plenty of playing time for Pius in a lot of victories. Here's Boudreaux in the corner to Hunsaker. Back out now, 3-point shot. Boudreaux left side, short on the shot. Rebound down to Easley. Puts it up left-handed and can't get the roll. Whistle and a foul. This is going to go against Inbody. Bernie Inbody, his first foul. And it'll still be an out-of-bounds play here on the foul possession. Hunsaker will do the honors. He's got Kelly Hendricks right in front of him. They've kept Kelly Hendricks out of the book so far, Brian, haven't they?
Yeah, except for his fouls.
And a travel. Well, Kelly Hendricks, on the season, Hendricks scores 14 and a half, nearly 15 points a game. None as of yet. So the inside battle right now is really just that, a battle. Here's Inbody with the basketball. He'll cross the timeline against Boudreaux, or against Nichols, I should say. Now out front, Troy Glock. Left-hand drive down the middle, lays it up, whistle and a foul.
Foul.
This will send Troy to the line. He's averaging straight up 15 coming into the tournament. So right now it's Hoffman, Glock, Kriesel, and Inbody.
Foul was on Lee Hunsaker, his first. 4th team foul they have. Both teams are in the bonus from here on out, Ted.
7 minutes and 31 seconds left of bonus time for these two clubs. And Troy Glock's shot is up and bounces through. Brian, I have to think Troy Glock has been cold throughout the tournament. And that just means he's due to heat up any time.
Well, what he hasn't been doing scoring-wise, he sure has been playing defense. He's got very quick hands.
Both free throws good by Troy. Easley on the inside. Handoff from Hendricks back to Hendricks. Now here's Nichols in the corner. He's got pressure, and he throws it right into the hands of Cliff Kriesel. So the backcourt pressure effective that time for the Warriors. 7:18 now left. Warriors up by 1. Clock way out front. Stops the action off to Kriesel. Back right wing now. Whistle and a foul. It's going to be Easley over the back of Glock.
And that's going to be his second foul.
Ed Easley.
They're watching him down low. They called Easley for pushing off down low. Jason never even had the ball thrown to him yet, and yet they're holding him.
You have to think that the concern that Lincoln Pius has for Jason Glock is really starting to show. Easley fouled him there, and if you're going to foul the guy, foul him when he's got the basketball. In this case, Easley just was leaning on Jason so hard from behind, and of course Jason hits the free throw. Easley just so concerned about Jason getting inside of him, he fouled him even without the ball. And that's going to cost you when you do that. Second shot by Glock is up. This one bounds out of there. Rebound out to Burt, 6'6", tallest player on the court. Hendricks off to Boudreaux. Boudreaux against the coverage by Glock. 1-3-1 again. And here's Hunsaker left side. Bounces it off the front of the rim. Whistle and a foul. Randy Hoffman. I think it's going to be called on Hoffman over the back from behind.
That's just his first.
13-11. Wahoo leads it by a couple right now. Ed Easley is going to go to the line. Easley, the leading scorer for Lincoln Pius in the ball game. I wanted Elkhorn in the finals against Wahoo. They didn't make it. Free throw up and out of there. Hendricks with the rebound. He's off the glass strong, but he turned it over again. Hendricks off the glass, very strong. Did not get it to fall, but he traveled anyway. Wouldn't have counted. 6:55 now left on the clock on this Saturday night special. Class B state basketball from the Bob Devaney Center. Here's Troy Glock, dribbles left side, a little bit of a collision, and we're going to have a foul called against Lee Hunsacker, maybe.
Hunsacker, his second foul. So right now, Hunsacker, Easley, and Hendricks all have 2 fouls.
And there isn't any question, Brian, the officials are wearing badges tonight. They're keeping things under control.
Very well.
We are in the early moments of the second period, in case you've just turned us on. 13-11, a low-scoring affair, but right now Wahoo up by a couple. Another missed free throw. Rebound to Jason Glock. Jason flips it out to Troy on the left side wing. He'll rotate the ball back around to the front. Get the pick out of in-body, back out to Bernie now. Three-point shot blocked by Boudreaux. Boudreaux came out of nowhere to get that. Here's Glock again, top of the key. Troy from the free throw line, left side, still in and out of there. In-body, lob pass to Hoffman underneath. A nice pass and a nice hoop. Credit in-body with quick thinking on that. The little sophomore knew right away. I personally thought he was going to go back up with a shot, Brian. He was one step ahead of me. Here's Boudreaux, 15-11 now, Wahoo. After being down by 3, they're up by 4 now. 7-point swing. Boudreaux, top of the, or at the free throw line, excuse me. Rebound under the Easley. And Ed usually perfection under the basket. Can't get that one to fall. We've got a tie up on the court.
Jump ball will go along to Wahoo.
Jump ball. The Warriors will get it back. 6 minutes straight up.
We're going to have a TV timeout, Ted.
Television timeout. We'll be back here in a minute. Well, with 6 minutes left in the second quarter, Brian, you had an observation during the timeout.
Well, right now, across the way is where the benches are. The Lincoln Pius fans are out there, and Coach Mick Anderson wants to have a little quiet so he can talk to his team, so he's pulled his bench all the way out on the floor, brought the chairs with him, and that's where they have their huddle.
And maybe Coach Mick is a private person. Maybe that's why he wanted it out there. 15-11 right now. Whatever the Warriors are doing, they're doing right. The 4-point spread. And they're looking to claim that championship. I don't know how many times that's been done. We'll check it at halftime. We'll find out how many times Class B teams have repeated. Warriors on their way right now. 5:54 left, second period. Inside, Jason Glock. He's got an 8-footer. He'll hit it. Troy brought it up, laid the little bounce pass off to the left side, left baseline, and Jason loves that spot. 17-11 now. Tom Burt off to Hendricks. Hendricks not in this game yet. Now he finds the books with a little 14-footer. No way to stop him on that. 4-point gap, 17-13. In-body sets the pick. Now gets the basketball off to Kriesel. Cliff just won't take that shot from out there, Brian. In high school these days, it's hard to pass up that three-pointer when you're wide open, but he's a very unselfish player. Here's another one left side. Same shot, this time for Jason. It won't go. Rebound by Bird. He gives off to Hunsacker, now off to Boudreaux. Boudreaux will bring it up against the 1-3-1. Here's Hunsacker, free throw line. He's got it. That ball barely got over the rim, just enough to cause the net to ripple. 17-15. Oh, it's Kriesel. A strong drive left side, couldn't get it to go. Hoffman's rebound and putback is no good. Pius with the basketball. 4:43 left, second quarter. Boudreaux in the corner to Hendricks. Cross court, free throw line. Hunsacker, he'll try another one. Another flat shot. This one bounces out of there. Hendricks rebound. And his shot is up, no good, but he's fouled. 17-15. Hendricks will have a chance to go to the line and tie it. He will have a chance to even things out at the 4.5-minute mark.
Foul was on Jason Glock, his first foul.
Wahoo Warriors, Lincoln Pius 10 Thunderbolts.
Number 1, number 2.
And number 2 and number 1, depending on which poll you look at right now. We've discussed that Hendricks misses the first free throw. Brian, we discussed last night, the fact that Wahoo comes in here number 2 ranked when they probably deserve the number 1 ranking. They haven't been beaten since their championship last year over this same team. Second shot up and in by Hendricks, 17-16. But again, everything works out correctly, and we're able to settle it right here on the Maples where we want to.
That's why they have this tournament. Ratings don't mean anything until the end of the year.
The only thing it really proved is the ratings were right. These are the top 2 teams in Class B. Here's Troy Glock, a lob pass inside, a beauty to Hoffman. He won't get it to roll off the rim. Looks like a foul, no call on it though. Boudreaux brings it up. And again, the Warriors now change their defense, Brian, down to a 2-3, or it looks like. Kriesel and in-body out front. And consequently, the Thunderbolts change their offense. In the corner now, out to Hunsaker. He goes to Boudreau, three-point shot from the top. He'll get it. Well, they may change right back on that 1-3-1. I think Boudreau concerns him, Brian. He did this last year in the ball game. He's a good three-point shooter. Troy Glock, top of the key to Kriesel. Kriesel to in-body, swings it around right side. Lob pass under to Hoffman. Near toss it, throw it away. They do throw it away, the Warriors. Kriesel and Hoffman both went for it, unable to control it. 3:33 left, and Bolts now on top by a couple. Both teams in the bonus situation. Brian joining me tonight. I'm Ted Beneman, and we're bringing you the ball game on KHUB, KFMT. Here's a lob pass in the middle now. Kendricks, 14-footer, bounds in and out of there, rebound to in-body. He'll go off to Troy Glock. And the Warriors come down and reset the offense again. In-body's taking the place of Brigham due to the foul problems. He has the basketball way out front. Now Glock left side. Troy passes up the shot. In-body wanted it. Inside, tried to sneak it into Hoffman. Can't get it. Steal by Burt. He's going to take it to Lake. 6-6. He misses the layup. Hoffman with the rebound. Well, Burt was way up on that layup, but he couldn't make it work. 2:53 now, 19-17. Glock steps out to the top of the key. Kriesel right side. Again, he will not take that three-point shot. Jason Glock. Oh, near travel call. Here's Troy, three-pointer left side, bouncing in and out of there. Rebound, Hoffman out of Glock. Jason underneath, he'll get it to fall. He's fouled. We're going to have the officials.
They're going to wave it off for traveling.
Oh, they are too. The two officials don't agree on that. The official out front called the travel on Jason, and I'm not too sure he wasn't right. We have a timeout on the court. In 19-17, Pius has the lead. Back in 60 seconds. Well, 19-17 is our score. Pius Thunderbolts with a 2-point margin now. Obviously, they're not going to fold things up. They're not going to fold up 10 yet. 19-17, they hold the 2-point lead. And the Warriors playing without Brigham right now. In-body in his place. They're matching up very, very well. They changed their defense. We've got people in front of us right now unable to see what we're looking at. Easley off to Hunsaker, back to Easley in the corner. Back to Hunsaker, playing a little catch right now. Here's three-point shot by Boudreau out front, bounds it off left side. Rebound to Hendricks, he's up and in with the basket. Kelly Hendricks in the right place at the right time. 21-17 now, biggest lead for Pius at 4. 2:02 left, in-body nearly has to take it away. Three-point shot, he's got stripped away by Boudreau. Boudreau brings it down court, he's got Hendricks left side, baseline move. And a whistle and a foul. It's going to be in-body.
That's going to be his second foul.
Well, Hendricks will go to the line, Brian, but I think you have to really look to Boudreau for the play right there.
He's blocked a couple shots that Bernie has taken tonight.
Near steal against the in-body. Brigham back in the ball game now. And then Boudreau with the steal, the tip and the steal. So the Pius Thunderbolts have come right back. A minute 52. Brigham back in the ball game. The starters on the court right now for both squads. Here's Hendricks with a free throw. He's got it to fall, 22-17. 1 minute, 52 seconds on the clock. And I'll tell you, Brian, it looks like every announcer, every radio station in the state is here. Big game, big basketball game. Second shot up and good. And the Warriors find themselves trailing by 6 now. Still time here in this first half to get back even. They've got to get some heat out of Troy Glock. Unable to get the basketball inside. Here's Troy. Lob pass to Hoffman. And Randy comes down with it to Brigham in the corner. Baseline move. He'll pull up. Can't take the shot. Out to Troy. A minute 30 now left. And the job that is being done right now by Easley on Jason Glock might be the story of the game, Brian. They cannot get the basketball to Jason. Here's a strong move down the middle. Troy shot up and out of there. No good. Rebound to Easley. He gives off to Boudreau in backcourt. Brian, you started to say on that.
Well, I was going to say, right now, Wahoo has missed their last 6 shots. They're ice cold right now.
And again, unable to get the basketball into Jason Glock. Here's Hendricks left side, 17-footer. He's got it to fall. Pius is hot right now. 55 seconds to go. Brigham right side. Lob pass. He throws it away right into the hands of Hendricks. 50-second clock running, and it could be, well, Pius is going to probably play for one here. They are. Coach Tom Seib calls for one shot with 42 seconds to go. So Pius wants to go in either up by 8 or up by 10 or 11. Whichever way they can work it out. No real foul problems on the floor right now. A couple of players with 2. Boudreaux out front to Hunsaker, now to Hendricks. They're just going to play right out near the half-court line, standing right on top of the state of Nebraska. Now they move it down, 18 seconds to go. Right side, Hendricks. He's got the shot in and out of there. Rebound, gets his own rebound. Second shot up, bounce out of there. He gets the third. Now this is Easley with the basket. Ed Easley in the right place for the putback. 5 seconds, clock running with 4. Here's Troy Glock. Lobs off right side, tipped away. And that is maybe going to be halftime.
That is
It
halftime.
is 27-17, a 10-point margin for Pius over the Warriors. Coach Vic Anderson will take his team in. They'll sort things out. We're going to have a hot second half. Stay with us. Back in a minute. And the Warriors lose the basketball out of bounds.
Tried to lob that ball into Hoffman.
45-33. We've got a timeout on the court. Under 7 minutes now. 6:58 to go. And let's take a break. 45-33. 6 minutes and 58 seconds.
Looks like Wahoo has switched over to a man-to-man.
Brian, each minute left here in the final 7, the Warriors have got to pick up 2 points. They've got to pick up 2 for each minute. We'll watch it closely for you. Boudreaux moves it down baseline. He'll lay it up off the glass. He's got it to fall. A nice play by Boudreaux, and he's just been awesome. 47-33. They definitely are going to have to pick up 2 points each time now. Whistle and a blocking foul on Friesel. Boudreaux picked it up.
One official called a block. The other one was, I think, was ready to call the pushing foul, but they're going to call it on Friesel.
Well, that blocking foul certainly hurts because the Warriors needed to pick up a hoop very quick. Warriors needed to pick up a hoop very quickly. They're not going to do it that way. In backcourt, Boudreaux against Glock. And I have to say, I'm flabbergasted because Pius just had not played that well in the first 2 ball games. Inside to Burt. Lob pass back out front. They're certainly going to slow it down now. Look for the Pius 10 Thunderbolts to take a shot about every 10 minutes now. Boudreaux to Hendricks. Hendricks really is the type that'll take that shot about any time. Burt out to Hunsaker. He'll swing the basketball back over to Hendricks. 6:06 clock continues to move. In the middle, Hendricks with a shot. He's got it to fall. 49-33. 16-point gap. Here's Ryan Eady. Off inside Hoffman. All alone off the glass. He's got it. Well, the 3-point shot and 3-point fouls would be the only opportunity now, Brian, the Warriors have to get back in this one, trailing it by 14. Pressure defense, and they're not really creating the pressure right now. Rob Brigham's set to come back in. He's been out most of the ball game with foul trouble. Ed Easley underneath. We have a possession call. It's going to go to Pius. And Easley hits the ground very strongly. Edie comes out. Brigham in the ball game for the Warriors. 5:31 left in the ball game. And the Pius 10 Thunderbolts have been everything that the Raiders said they were. Speaking, of course, of Larry Porter of the World Herald. And we have a 5-second call against Pius. They were not able to get the basketball in. You have to get that basketball on the court after 4 seconds.
They have to just release it. That's a new rule they've changed this year.
Here's Glock, and they have to work fast. Here's a baseline move. Troy Glock, 15-footer. Perfect. Perfect shot by Glock. He liked that left side. Pressure in backcourt now. Boudreaux gives off to Hunsaker. He's picked up by Brigham, and he's in a little bit of trouble. Gets it across to Burt. Burt moves down left side, out to Boudreaux down the middle, and they reset the offense way back out front with Hunsaker. 12-point game now. Hunsaker moves down. Kriesel goes for the steal, can't find it. Lob pass across court and nearly a turnover. Nice save by Boudreaux. He'll put it off the glass, can't get it to fall. Tip try, no good. And a whistle and a foul point, and it goes against the Warriors. Brigham, I believe, Brian?
Brigham came over the back.
4:53 to go, 12-point margin.
Foul, I'm sorry, Ted. Foul was on Troy Glock, his second foul.
A lot of bodies flying around in the middle there.
Picked out one. Point and pick out one.
We may, in fact, have had the right perpetrator, but they called a different one. And a 12-point game, and they're going to go to the line, the bonus situation from here on out for Pius. And as you mentioned a little bit ago, Brian, that may not be that bad a deal.
Save some time, put him on the line.
Shot up and in for Easley. Ed Easley does a very, very quiet job out there for the Thunderbolts, but at the end of the game, or at least in the post-game films, I think you can note most of what he does. He's there again for him at the free throw line. Second shot up. This one's in and out of there. Rebound to Burt, now taken away by Glock. Troy Glock with the basketball, 4:48. Still a lot of time, but they've got to work fast. Troy Glock in the middle, 10-footer, rims it in and out of there. Hoffman rebound up off the glass. No,
Foul
we have a
good.
whistle and a foul.
Foul will be on Burt, his third.
And Hoffman will go to the line. A 13-point game right now, so a chance to cut it to 11. Brian, would you consider Bernie Inbody right now? He's had some success with the three-point shot for the Warriors. While Brigham, on the other hand, really doesn't get too much into the offense, and they need that three-pointer.
Yeah, they do.
Hoffman hits the first one.
I don't know, Ted. Bernie Inbody, he had a couple of shots blocked that might tend to shy him away from shooting in, which he doesn't need at this time.
And Coach Anderson may just simply feel, look, if we need the three-pointer, we'll go to Troy Glock for it. He has not had a good tournament as the second shot goes in by Hoffman. Troy hasn't had him. I should clarify that. At the three-point line, he hasn't had a good tournament. He had a great tournament other than that. This would be the time that a senior like Troy Glock might just heat it up from out there. 50-39. We sure saw an explosion by a senior last night from Alliance. Oh, and a nice block by Troy Glock from behind. When we talked about him, he responded. Terrific block by Troy Glock. Brigham off to Kriesel. Again, they're not going to get any shot selection from Kriesel and Brigham. Shot up. Now Kriesel takes it. All right. That's exactly the way to quiet me. Kriesel knew he had to take the shot. Put it up off the glass. We're at 9 points now. 4:07. A lot of time. Whistle and a foul on Brigham. That's got to be 4 on Rob Brigham.
No, that's just 3. We gave
one. Okay, that's right. We did
give one earlier they didn't have.
All right, we're glad to take that one away. Well, Brian, you may not think so, but I'm more than pleased to see Cliff Kriesel knock that one down.
Took a nice shot. Took a nice little bank shot. Yeah, tough angle.
We watched Kriesel have a fantastic game last night. I think he can do a little more offense than what he allows himself to do. And on the other end, Hunziker with the free throw. They've got to hope that the Thunderbolts do nothing more than hit 1 out of 2.
They're 5 of 8 tonight from the line.
62%. 4:06 to go. Back to a 10-point margin. Hunziker with the second one, rolls it in and out of there. So it worked that time, a 10-point margin. Come down with, go ahead, Brian.
No, go ahead.
If they can come down with the 3 here, 2 or 3 points, they'll be cutting it way down. They need to get it down. And a tip try, and taken away by Brigham. Baseline move, off to Hoffman. Oh, they had a golden opportunity. Here's Glock down the middle. Troy's going to take it in. He'll lay it up. It's perfect. An 8-point game. And look for the Warriors to come back strong right now. In backcourt, Boudreaux against Glock. Excellent coverage by Troy Glock. And a timeout call by the Thunderbolts. 3:36 to go. 51-43. How about a Wahoo comeback? We'll be back in a minute. Okay. We're back here. It's 3:36 to go. 51-43. An 8-point game. The Warriors have done exactly what they needed to do to get back in this one. And don't count them out.
Troy Glock had 2 points at halftime, now has 16. He's answered with 14 points in the second half.
And that's the sign of a leader and a veteran. Glock now putting a little bit of pressure on Boudreaux, and they throw the ball away. Oh, it's going to go back to Pius. A nice play by Rob Brigham, but it'll cost the Warriors. That ball would have gone out of bounds and been Wahoo's basketball. Brigham tried for the steal. You got to credit him with great hustle on that. 3.5 minutes to go. They need the basketball back. They've got to get it under 6. Hunziker lob pass to Burt. Down underneath left side. A nice play by Burt. He's fouled by Jason Glock.
That's going to be Jason's third foul.
And that hurts. The margin is 10, and Burt at the line for a free throw. Just momentarily there, it appeared that the Warriors were going to be able to get it back to within 6, but no go. At the line, Tom Burt, the sophomore, he throws it up and pumps it home. Back to an 11-point game now. Troy Glock from way out front. They're not taking the threes. Troy holds up this time. Jason at the free throw line, off to Brigham, or off to Kriesel. Oh, and a missed shot on Kriesel. Missed the shot on the left side. It bounded out of there. Rebound down to Burt. So Tom Burt's come forward. He stepped forward here. He's the younger brother of Charlie Burt that plays for Wesleyan from Pius. Pressure in backcourt off to Hunziker. And a whistle and a foul. It's going to be a reach call against Troy Glock. 54-43. Last year, a 50-48 ball game. Warriors finish on top. And if you'll recall, Brian, the Warriors made a fantastic finish coming from way back. A very, very similar situation. You might say we're missing Dan Bartek and Steve Carmer, but they do have Troy Glock, Jason Glock. This is still a fantastic team. 3:01 to go. Free throw up and in by Hunsaker.
Rattle it home. Rattle that thing home. It hit 4 or 5 different times on the rim before it fell through.
And if he can hit this free throw, he's going to put the margin at 13. That might be too much. We'll see if Hunsaker can do it. Shot up too short on it. Free throw now. Missed down to Glock. And 3-on-2 fast break quickly. Troy's going to take this himself. And a perfect play up off the glass. Troy Glock continues to play well. 16 second half points. And a timeout called by Pius. They were under all kinds of pressure. 55-45. We'll keep this right here for a couple of seconds. Ryan, Warriors foul situation. Give us a look at that quickly.
Foul situation. Troy Glock has 3. Jason's got 3. And Rob Brigham's got 3. 4. Pius, Lee Hunsaker, and Ed Easley, and Kelly Hendricks have 4 fouls. Tom Bird has 3 fouls.
It may, in fact, be too late for that foul situation to make a difference. But think of it this way. If Troy Glock continues to drive the lane, if he can pick up 2 or 3 quick fouls on those big guys, maybe put a couple of them on the bench.
That will help them, because then they can hit the boards and pick up some rebounds, and maybe off a missed shot they can put the ball back up.
It really is the only opportunity they have right now. Pressure defense and maybe getting a couple of those big guys out of there. Yeah. Because Tom Burt right now, though he only has 3 fouls, Tom Burt has made a difference for the Pius Sam Thunderbolts.
Tom Burt may be saying, hey, I've heard all these stories about Jason Glock being the best sophomore. He's going to put his name in the hat. I got 2 years to play yet.
Well, you can't take anything away from Jason Glock at all. We've seen what he can do, and so proud of him, and we'll be proud of him for the next couple of years.
He's, from I understand, he's not too bad at football.
We know that for a fact as well. 55-45, 2:50 to go. Pius runs the baseline off to Boudreau. He breaks the timeline easily against pressure. Now a toss up to Hunsaker. And quickly Troy Glock chases Hunsaker down. He'll chase him all around the court if he has to. Hunsaker gets rid of the ball, tipped it, and handled by the Warriors. What a great play. Guess who? Troy Glock with another beauty. You have to credit Randy Hoffman. You credit everybody on that. Tight defense. This is a big play. Here's Glock. 3-point range out front. Can't get it to fall. Rebound to Hendricks. And Troy's just frustrated with himself from 3-point range. I think he feels comfortable right now moving the basketball down underneath. Again, Boudreau switches it around behind him.
What a ball handler Boudreau is.
Very good ball handler against double coverage right there. He took the ball across the timeline. 55-45, 2 minutes left on the clock right now. Whistle and a foul against Brigham. A 1-on-1 situation, and Hunsaker's going to go to the line. He has not been too bad there, Brian.
He's roughly 2 for 4. He hits the first one, but the second one he doesn't. The one he made last time, it rattled home, and the second shot he took was short. So.
Okay, make a liar out of me. Hasn't been that good then. 2 for 4.
I don't have to help you.
2:01 left. And Hunsaker will go to the line. Hoffman and Jason Glock draw the inside spot. They'll look to get a big rebound right here. Hunsaker bends the knees, throws it up. He's got it. Well, if form holds true, he'll miss the second one. 11-point game, 2:01. Time is definitely on the side of the Thunderbolts right now. Coach Tom Seib standing up on the sideline. Second shot is up. This is good as well. 12-point game again. 57-45. Glock from way outside. Goes to the free throw line. Lobs off. In there is in. Oh, Ryan Eady. And I thought they might go to Eady and in-body. They did during that break right there. Ryan Eady hammers a three-pointer. 57-48. Well, Brian, we discussed that. We have a foul on the court, by the way, a backcourt foul. It's going to be a 1-on-1 situation. Let's talk about that a moment. We said, would he dare go to in-body and Ryan Eady, the three-point shooters, the young sophomores, and I don't know, it's possibly waited too long.
Well, their game plan all year has been to work the ball inside. Now they are in a situation where they have to take the three-point shot. So this is what they're doing.
Coach Anderson has the 2 youngsters in there along with Troy Glock. And you can expect a dozen. Here's a rebound. Missed free throw. 9-point game. A lot of time left right now. A big shot, that one right there. Here's another three-pointer. Eady passes it up. Free throw line. He'll toss it up. Bounds out of there. Gets his own rebound. Oh, no. Now Boudreau loses the basketball out of bounds, doesn't he? We have a collision on the side of the court. We'll wait and see what they call. They're going to give it to Wahoo. It's going to be Wahoo's basketball going from west to east right here. 1:32 to go. A big hoop right here can really change things. Ryan Eady, you have to credit Ryan Eady, the young sophomore. Comes out there, he passed up the three-point shot, moved to the middle, took the two, had enough presence of mind, Brian, to look for the rebound. He's the one that tipped that ball, which went off Boudreaux and caused a scramble on the floor. And right now, that scramble caused a little bit of perspiration, or a lot of perspiration. 9-point game, 1:32 to go. They're going to look to Inbody and Edie here. Glock will do the ball handling. He'll find whichever one of them is open, or he'll take it himself. We'll wait and see. It's going to be inside to Jason Glock, move down the middle, and he'll pull up at 5 feet. Cannot get it. No, he does get it to fall. The ball bounced around a little bit, down to 7 points.
Timeout.
And a timeout on the court. Wahoo takes it. 57-50. We will be back in 60 seconds. Well, I'm sure the Warriors appreciate that little vote of confidence from their sponsors. They're down by 7 with 1:22 to go. And a little backcourt pressure. Tom Burt lobs up to Boudreaux. He's going to look to go across the timeline. Jason Glock picks him up. Troy has 4 fouls now. They can ill afford to lose him. Reach from backside, nearly did lose him. Boudreaux again out front. A lot of pressure, and right now the Warriors are putting it all over Pius, and a whistle and a foul. This will go against Ryan Edie. Edie, that's got to be his first.
That's his first. Hendricks will go to the line. He's 3 for 4 tonight from the line.
Kelly Hendricks is a very, very strong-looking senior for Pius. And not the kind of guy that you're going to rattle too easily. We'll see whether or not he can convert here. Shot is up and, oh, got it to duck in over the front of the rim.
He hit 2 big free throws yesterday against Ord.
So this is not an area of weakness for the Thunderbolts. 58-50 now. Still, though, even if he makes this, and he does, 59-50, a chance now for 3 quick three-pointers. Troy Glock will pull it up from way outside. Is he going to take the first one? Lob out to Edie. Brian Edie, three-point shot. Can't get it to fall. So Jason Glock on the rebound. He'll turn around, put it back.
Got it.
He's fouled. He'll go to the line.
And that's going to be it for Ed Easley. He's just fouled out.
Credit Ed Easley with a great ball game for the Lincoln Pius Thunderbolts. But he is out of the ball game now, and we have a timeout on. No, it is going to be. Well, I don't know. They haven't signaled timeout, but Coach Anderson pulled everybody over. And now Tom Burt says, no, there's been no timeout issued. Coach Anderson called his entire squad over to the side. And the official steps out there and says, hey, fellas, get back on the court. 59-52. Jason Glock with an opportunity here to get it back to 6. They have got to get within 2 3-point shots.
Ed Easley fouls out with 13 points.
And again, a good ball game, a good defensive ball game on Jason Glock, who now has 11. Jason normally scores 21. Well below his average. He's got a chance to put one more on. Shot is up and good. 59-53. Oh, this is getting very interesting now. Warriors backcourt nearly. No, it's going to be Warrior basketball. Warrior basketball. What a fine defensive play.
Super play. Troy Glock.
Troy Glock and Ryan Edie combined on that play.
Oh.
Just a super play. Ryan Edie is no sophomore, I'll tell you that. And we've got down in the corner, Wahoo inbounds it to Edie. 52 seconds to go. There's still 6 points back. Troy Glock from out front gives to Edie. 3-point shot. He's going to give you up and short. Rebound. Ball spins away. Ryan Edie on the corner. The Warriors have it. Troy Glock comes down with it. He's at 3-point range. He'll fire it up. Way short. Rebound to Hendricks. 37 and a foul on Jason Glock. What a flurry of activity that was right there. It all started when Ryan Edie and Troy Glock combined to get the ball out of John Boudreaux's hands, and Boudreaux lost it out of bounds.
Foul was on Jason Glock. That's going to be his fourth.
The Thunderbolts put Jeff Nichols back in the ball game to help out.
Not a lot of substituting for Pius. They stick with their starting 5.
And they've been up to the task all year long. 59-53. Here's Hendricks. He can really make the difference. Shot is up and bounce out of there. Rebound to Troy Glock. 35 seconds to go. They need something quick here. Baseline move. Glock gives off to Jason. He'll go off the glass. We cut it to 4 now. 59-55.
Who takes timeout?
And a timeout. 59-55. We're going to stay right here. 28 seconds to go. Troy Glock took it down the left baseline, drew all of the defensive coverage to him, laid the basketball off to Jason, and Jason had absolutely no defense in front of him. Went up easily for the basketball, and easily for that basketball.
There's a name missing, but Pius backed off from him. They didn't want to foul and pick up the third foul. Give him the 3-point play.
What do you do now, Brian? 59-55.
They got to foul. There's no questions this and or but. They're going to have to foul and put him on the line, get the clock stopped, and try to get the ball back. Wahoo is out of timeout, so right now, Pius has got one timeout left, but I don't know if they're going to, I doubt they're going to use it.
But
Brian, they have to.
Brian, you know, again, we can't think seriously of fouling right away. Maybe they go for the steal.
Go for the steal, but they can't, if the ball does get in, they can't waste a lot of time.
They cannot waste time.
Going to have to pick up someone. They don't want Jason or Troy Glock to foul because they're hot right now, and they both have 4 fouls.
Well, I'll tell you, Warriors is the right name for this group. They are battlers. I'll grant you that.
They're
down
young
by
too.
16.
Yeah, except for, well, go ahead.
Okay, we'll start action again. Hunsaker gets it into Boudreau. Boudreau in backcourt off to Nichols. Nichols breaks the timeline off to Bird. He can sense things here. Oh, they have to hold up. Turnaround shot in there for Tom Bird. That's a big basket for Bird. Back to a 6-point game, 61-55. Here's in-body way out left side. Got it! Oh, he got it! Hammers it home, 61-58. What a shot by Bird and a steal by in-body. Here's Troy Glock, 3-point range. Troy Glock, got it! He made a 3-pointer! We've got a tie ball game! We are going overtime! We're in overtime! Yeah! Oh, yeah! Super! We are in overtime! This is fabulous!
Amazing!
Okay, let's cool down. Cool it down. That yelling is not Brian Eaton tonight, whether you think it is or not. That's the Wahoo crowd. Listen to him. 61.
Oh, amazing, Jeff.
61.
Bernie in-body hit that from 25 out.
Bernie in-body.
And they got the steal clock, hit it from about 25 from the top, banked it around and in.
Brian, I just said moments ago that Troy Glock has had a very, very cold tournament from 3-point range, but he was saving it. Troy Glock knew what he was doing.
What a comeback. 6 points in the last 17 seconds.
Fabulous. And I'll tell you something, Bernie in-body is amazing. This young, and Ryan Eady, we have to talk about Ryan Eady as well. Troy Glock we knew all about, but in-body and Eady step into the ball game. Coach Anderson told them, fellas, get out there and take the 3-point shot. Look what they do. Look how they respond.
15,000 people are buzzing now,
If you thought last year's game was big, oh boy.
What a game. What a last 17 seconds you just saw.
Brian, did last year's game go overtime?
No, it was the last second shot.
Second shot when Steve Carmer hit the basket. And the two teams are congratulating each other. They're on the court right now. 61. What a shot by Troy Glock and Bernie in-body. 3 minutes on the clock now, and here's the tip. It'll be controlled by the Warriors. Jason Glock. Remember the foul situation now. Troy Glock, baseline move up in, and he can't get it to fall. Rebound out to Hendricks. Remember the foul situation now. The Warriors are not in as bad a shape, Brian, as
well, yeah, they are.
Thunderbolts.
They are with the Glock brothers with 4 fouls apiece. But Eddie Easley for Pius, who's had 13 points, is fouled out.
Okay, then the foul situation still is going to make a difference in this final 2:44. And we apologize if you couldn't hear it very well, but this is a fabulous finish. Shot up and in by Boudreau, no good. Hoffman. Randy Hoffman with a big rebound there, 2:33. Smiles on the faces of the Wahoo Warriors as they bring this one down. 3-point shot, Ryan Eady. He's got it! Oh, he's got it! Oh, Ryan Eady is fabulous. This is unbelievable, folks. If this doesn't take the headlines tomorrow, nothing will. What an effort. The Warriors are outstanding with the basketball. Hunsaker now for Pius. They trail it by 3. I'll tell you something, there is no... Hunsaker with a shot up, no good, gets his own rebound, puts it up, now he gets it to fall, 64-63. I don't know what they're feeding these kids up in Wahoo, but these sophomores, they do not know what nervous is. Here's Ryan Eady in backcourt now. Pressure, a little bit of pressure. The ball's across midcourt and taken away by Pius. Nichols and he's fouled by Ryan Eady.
Couldn't see what was happening.
We could not see it down directly in front of us. The fans stood up, and we could not see what was happening at the base here. You probably saw it better if you're watching the game on television. 64-63, a minute 42 to go. Just a fabulous finish. Where's that Alcoa people for their fantastic finishes? If this one doesn't make it, nothing will. A minute 42 left here in the overtime now. And at the line, off the bench, Jeff Nichols. Oh, his shot is up and out of there. He's going to get 2, of course, on the shooting foul. 64-63, the best he can hope for here is a tie unless they can get an offensive rebound. Second shot up and out of there, missed them both. Rebound down to Glock, a 1-point lead in a minute 40. Do you take the air out, Brian?
I think they're going to you still want to try to score. A lot of time left.
Glock, and he has it taken away. Troy Glock got it taken away. Kelly Hendricks comes down with it, tried to get the basketball inside. We have a minute 26 to go. Oh, if you're on the road and can't see this one on television, you will not believe the finish we had moments ago to regulation play. Looks like it's going to do it again right here in the overtime. 64-63. Wahoo up by 1. A minute 11, clock running, and Pius throws it away.
Ball's out of bounds.
Pius throws it out of bounds. So the Warriors now at a minute 8, and right now Coach Vic Anderson, Coach Harry Kaczynski, and Coach Mark Watton are talking it over on the sidelines. Do you take the air out?
Wahoo gets an extra timeout in the overtime. Both teams pick up an extra one. Pius has 2, Wahoo 1.
1 minute straight up on the clock. Troy Glock has the basketball off the end body. Around it, Ryan Eady. They're not going to try to throw that inside, Brian. They're not going to attempt that again. The last time the blood started rolling out last time. Pius wants them to get the ball inside. They're not going to. Out the end body out front. Whistle and a foul on Jeff Nichols. And this will send Bernie in body to the line. Well, don't tell me that he's going to be nervous, because I won't believe you.
Ted, right now, you look out on the court, you got 3 sophomores, a junior, and 1 senior.
He just absolutely cannot tell me that Bernie Inbody is nervous at the line right now.
Not after that 25-footer he took with him at the end of regulation.
He and Ryan Eady simply do not know the meaning of the word nerves.
Pius is going to take one of their 2 timeouts.
And I'll tell you something, Brian, we're going to stay right here during this timeout. I've got to tell you what we just saw on the court. John Boudreau, the fine senior guard for Lincoln Pius, simply walked up to Bernie Inbody, looked at him and said, "Good luck, fella." You can see it on his lips. A nice gesture on the part of John Boudreau. And I think
he might be putting something in the back of his mind to think about it.
Well, I watched for that. The expression on his face was one of sincerity, I believe. We'll wait and see if he meant it that way. But bonus situation, of course, for both teams. 43 seconds in the first overtime here. And this has been a ball game to end all ball games.
I'm thinking back at that 3-point shot Troy took at the end of the game. That thing was 50% in, 50% wanting to go off, but it rolled the other way.
It hit the front of the rim, it hit the back of the rim, it hit the backboard, it went up, it came down, it went through. 64-63 Wahoo. And I'm going to tell you now, I have never seen a finish like the one we had. I have never seen one any better than that. 6 points in the last 17 seconds. A sophomore off the bench fires it up from a million miles away. The planet Jupiter. And then Troy Glock, the senior, says, "I haven't had one of these all during the tournament. I'm going to get it right now. I've got a second or so left." 64-63. Bernie Inbody at the line. He has a chance to give the Warriors a 3-point edge. Shot is up. He's got it. He's got it. Bernie Inbody. Oh, he's fabulous. And if you've got children out there, tell them to keep an eye on this young man. Here's the guy to emulate. Inbody. A chance to make it 3. You'll hear the Wahoo crowd if he does. And he's got it. 66-63. 43 seconds to go. Look for Boudreau to shoot the shot now for Pius. John Boudreau. Wahoo backs off. They're going to give him the shot if he can get it. Way out front, this is Hunsaker. Out to Hendricks. He's at 3-point range. Back to Hunsaker. Nichols sets up way out front. Boudreau has it tipped away, but it goes into the hands of Hunsaker. Down to 24 seconds. The best they can hope for is a tie right now. Lob pass inside. This is Burt. Turnaround shot. Burt can't get it to fall. And the ball's out of bounds. It's Wahoo's basketball.
Ball went off Jeff Nichols.
Off Nichols, out of bounds. Warriors have it, but they're going to get some of the best pressure you've ever seen in your life.
Nick Anderson's looking for a timeout.
Coach Anderson wants a timeout, and the Wahoo Warriors are very excited right now. 66-63. Brian, let's look in the book. We're going to take a 30-second break. We'll be right back here to finish this one up. Well, Brian Eaton is my legal secretary here, and I've just asked him to scour through the pages of our record book that we hold and find out when the last time, if
last
the last time
was 59-60. The Syracuse Rockets had won it. Mount Michael had won two in the 3 years. 1960 was the last back-to-back championship.
Arlington won a couple of back-to-back, but one of those was in Class C. And Syracuse, who got into the second round last night against Wahoo. So Syracuse remembers it. Troy Glock with the basketball, 16 seconds to go, gives off to Jason Glock. Back to Troy, and he's fouled by Boudreau.
That's his first foul of all this whole game.
1-on-1 situation. Troy Glock's going to have a chance to go down and simply put it in the freezer. 14 seconds to go. Troy Glock can hit them both. A 5-point edge right now, and it's over. Bernie Inbody just went down to talk to Ryan Eady. They sit at center court right now.
Our two little sophomores are sitting there at half court. We're ready to go.
They're looking at each other right now and saying, let's do this a couple more years. This is fun. Free throw up by Gluck, and he's got it. A 4-point game right now, 67-63. Wahoo looking at repeat championship back-to-back. And the way of doing it, oh, I tell you what, if you can beat that effort of Steve Carmer's last year, I'll put in with you. Clock with a second shot, and they've done it. 68-63. Pius, Wahoo's going to get out of the way. 10 seconds now on the clock. Boudreaux way out front. He'll have to fire it up. He does. Boudreaux's shot is up and off. Rebound to Nichols. Whistle and a foul. It's going to be on Nichols. It's going to be on Nichols. That's going to send Inbody to the line. Look at them. They are going crazy on the court now.
Amazing.
68-63. 6 seconds left in the overtime, and Pius is shocked. Pius has been in this final for the last 3 years. They've had it taken away from them now 3 consecutive years.
They are stunned. Just amazing.
I'll tell you what, what a what a great thing this is for the Wahoo Warriors. Shot up by Inbody, in and out of there. Rebound to Hendricks. 6 seconds, they'll get out of his way. He can't do much. 3-point shot for Hendricks is in. He hammers it home at the buzzer. 68-66. Wahoo the winner. Repeat championship. Class B champs 2 years in a row under Coach Mick Anderson. The Wahoo Warriors have done it again, and I'll tell you what it was, Brian. Coach Anderson said, fellas, we put it together last year. Let's do something a little different this year. Let's get behind by 16. Last year they were behind by 11, you'll recall. He said, let's just wait a little longer this year, down by 16. And I tell you what, let's wait till we've got 17 seconds to go and fire up a couple of three-pointers.
Got the three-point trio out there.
Oh, they are.
Riding their shoulders.
Riding on the waves. Riding on top of the shoulders. You've got Inbody, Ryan Eady, Troy Gluck, Scott Latham. There's Creasel. Cliff Creasel gets a ride now. These Warrior fans are excited. 68-66.
Look across the way, Chet. Look at the students at Pius. Boy, they still can't believe when this happened.